Federation. Tonight we have Blue Crew versus Eclipse. And I'm joined by the one, the only Carl. Welcome in, Carl. How you doing tonight?
Doing great. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited for this matchup. Yesterday, we got to watch these two teams play individually, Blue Crew and Eclipse. Eclipse looking pretty strong after yesterday's game, but unfortunately didn't move up the bracket. Blue Crew, however, stayed in the top six after today's games. Hopefully, they're looking to go back up even further into the bracket.
Yeah, I think this is an interesting game for both these teams. Blue Crew going against Offside yesterday, they were in that really close match, and it could have gone either way. And they were the higher seed. Obviously, it was a pretty close seeding matchup, but they were maybe the favorites in that game and kind of came out the wrong end, both of those. So they're definitely looking to change things around. And yeah, like you said, Eclipse kind of working their way to punch their way back up in the stands. I do believe yesterday where they were the 15th, now they're the 14. So slowly but surely climbing their way up. So yeah, we'll be excited. I know we were talking a bit before the stream started, specifically looking at Frito yesterday, had a couple of those mistakes and just cleaning those up. So that'll be something that looking for in this game, see if get some cleaner goalkeeper play.
Yeah, if Frito can get his goalkeeping up so we don't get those turnovers from pushing too far out the box, hopefully both the teams can clean up their offense and make some offensive plays and make midfield passes even cleaner. That's going to make both of these teams look even stronger going into their future games.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And it looks like Eclipse, this kind of changes everything here. Eclipse is just playing with 4. So they're going to be a man down going into this match. So as if you're the team playing a man down, what do you focus on more? Do you want to focus on the attacking opportunities you do have that they're going to be shorthanded, or do you just play very defensive and hope you get one in the goal at some point?
Yeah, so it's tough because you have to do extra work. It's kind of like when somebody calls out for your shift and you have to pick up the person who called out. You know, you have to play both defense and offense. So you're just leaving your defense short a person because you can't afford to be a 2v5 in the box like that. You need to at least have some sort of numbers there. So if we're Eclipse here, we're gonna have to be extra cautious, especially as the keeper. We're gonna have to be extra cautious of not going too far out, being caught lacking like that. And especially for our CB, whoever their defender is, he's gonna have to play more of a midfield and move up the field more and get inside the box, get active, be more accurate with your passes, and then fall them back on defense once we see the offense going south.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned the keeper there, because I have seen some teams when they have to play a man down, their keeper kind of plays as that last man back and plays up very aggressively. So it's interesting how they're going to balance that, because you want to have that extra man to just poke it back in for your team because you're already a man down. But obviously you don't want to risk anything on the back end as well. So it'll be interesting to see how they balance that and how aggressive a Frito is going to play here.
Yeah. It could go either way. The keeper could go up and be the fourth man up. It's up to the keeper and how competent they are in the keeper's abilities of playing up the field. Do we stress about getting scored on because we're already down, we're already expecting to lose? Or do we expect to score more goals than the other team, even though we may let up a couple for being caught up the field? It's all up to the team and how they're planning on running this. Hopefully they had a game plan going into this game, knowing they're going to be short a person.
Yeah, I would assume that they do. I feel like a lot of teams in the Federation are also involved in different tourneys and different leagues as well. So they have a lot of experience. So I'm sure this has happened for most teams at least a few times. So they definitely come across it before, and I would assume that they do have a plan, whether that be the aggressive kind of play or if you're just going to pack the box and just hope for something to go your way eventually.
Yeah, what I'm really hoping is that they find a way to get these midfield passes going into the box and getting a couple goals. If we're the offense, we're definitely going to nail down our passes and hone in, lock in whatever we need to do, play our music, clear comms, and just be ready and focused. If we're Blue Crew, hopefully we're not taking it too lightly that they're down a person. Hopefully we're just playing it just like we normally would.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. Is sometimes when you're up a man, you kind of have this false sense of security, and you kind of blow it, and then I feel like you can kind of snowball from that. Like if Eclipse comes out with an early goal, and your blue crew, and you're that can sometimes snowfall. Obviously, you can pick yourselves back up as well, but it'll be interesting to see how they adjust to this and how aggressive they play. Because I feel like you're going to have numbers on the attack, right? It's going to be, you're going to have inevitably a 3-on-2, 2-on-1. You're going to have those situations. So it's going to be how you can execute. Part of it's going to be the Eclipse keeper, how well he can play a Frito back, because Blue Crew inevitably is going to have a lot of shots and good attacking opportunities just because of their numbers. So we'll
Hmm.
see how he specifically can play, and how Eclipse can hold the defense down with maybe a man down most of the time.
Yeah, the biggest challenge that they're going to have right now is being that man advantage when it comes to that being inside the box here on the offense. So what we're going to have to do is try to lure people out, move them around, and we're going to have to sneak balls into tight spaces where we're not going to be able to do normally. Um, Blue Egg taking a lot of space up the field, kind of doing the opposite that I would think that they would be doing here, being man up, kind of feeling pressured. It's a little strange right now. I feel like if I'm Blue Crew, I'm really confident and I'd be running up this field with the ball.
Yeah, it was interesting, kind of just waiting for that space, as opposed like he had two wing attackers deep and then two wing attackers shallow, and he didn't really find either of them to try to pull a defender, and he just kind of waited to dump it, and then just kind of lost it in the mix. So I want to see some good passing and kind of taking the ball in yourself. Like right here, Kelt's wide open, give him the ball. Don't risk yourself in that dangerous situation. And
Hmm.
you have numbers. You got to move the ball. You can't just wait, dump it in down, and just cross your fingers, hope for something to happen.
Sure. And right now, Blue Crew is seeming a little lost on what to do on offense. This is what I was worried about the last game. You see, we have a third man right here at the top. We should be trying to rotate him inside of the box so we can get a free pass. It did look like Kelt decided to take that free space into the middle, but we need to see that more often from the players that they have up instead of using your CB to move them all the way up the field, leaving your goalkeeper stranded.
Yeah, and on the side of Eclipse, I've really liked their defense. They're kind of playing that triangle defense, and it's looked crisp so far. The more challenging area is going to be on this attack and how you're going to get through down a man, trying to find Henry. But there's just so many Blue Crew defense in there. Looks like Gene Boo Boo is able to maintain possession, gets past fire for the moment, tries to find Henry. He's got a good shot at it. Big time save there from Blue Wing. And Eclipse, they're just going to have to find a couple opportunities and just find their way in the back of the net, play good defense, and they can win this a man down.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good attempt on a drive with a man down. And it goes in. Kelt, Blue Crew taking advantage of the open space on the field. First goal of the series.
What a rip from Kelt. Just fires it right over, bar down. It doesn't get any prettier than that. And yeah, you're kind of feeling good. If you're Eclipse, you were feeling pretty good. Your defense was holding up. You actually had a decent attacking opportunity. And then that happens. And when you're a goal down and a man down, it's just hard. And we'll see if they can pick themselves back up, or if this might just be a snowfall and Blue Crew's advantage.
Yeah, I mean, biggest thing for them right now is not to lose that mental. I see a Frito moving all the way up, leaving his goalpost. If I'm if I'm Blue Ring, yeah, I would be trying to calm this and making sure I'm looking out for these things. That'd be an easy goal to counter right there. But we got to be careful on Eclipse being down. We can't be using that much pressure anymore. Now we have to focus up and be even more precise with our passes and looking for the lanes, doing insta tiki takas or whatever it is. Biggest thing for Eclipse right now is not to lose that mental. Being down a person, being upset over a goal is not going to help you win games. I see Chief running up the field. Will he take the free shot? It is deflected. Santos, good defense.
Yeah, good attacking opportunity there. That was one of the first times I felt like Blue Crew was actually pushing the pace. I feel like they've taken a couple of these too slow. And when Eclipse is going to put their three men back all day. And so anytime you can get the push, like especially when a Frito's pushing up, you got to push the pace. You're a man up, you push that pace and you catch him off guard. Too many of these attacks from BlueCrew are just slow, methodical, waiting for the defense to get set and then pushing their attack. I'd like to see their counter attack work better because Eclipse, they're getting their defense back, but they're also pushing 3 all the way. And here Anthony with a nice rip, gonna try to get over the keeper, but unable to do so.
Anthony so
1.5 to go.
Anthony's so close, scoring 2 goals. Almost got 2 attempts of goal shots there. Just need to be a little more precise when shooting. I think he could have scored the first one that he had taken there. Afrido moving this ball up the field to Henry. He's got a lot of green on his half here. Nobody to pass to, though, being 3-man covered over there in the middle. What can we do here, being Eclipse down 1 with a minute to go?
Just a little rotation from the keeper there. Well, hopefully Anthony is a solid keeper as well, because Afrido wants to get involved and tries to do just that. He's trying to get into the box, unable to do so. Relentless pressure from Fire, unable to give any space at all. And here comes BlueCrew. This is the counterattack you want. You want to push the pace before Eclipse can get set on defense, but it doesn't look like he has too many options in the box. Looking for Chief maybe off the wall. Anthony able to get his gloves all over that, and Eclipse only 26 seconds left to try to get something in the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, BlueCrew, I would expect a little more goals if we're going against a team that's going down 1. I think that's even more telling of how much we're struggling on offense. Get a play going, passing the ball. I see a lot of opportunities that we could score. And speaking of scoring, Chief with the second goal of the series, 2-0 BlueCrew.
Yeah, I think Chief heard you there. I think Chief has the stream pulled up and he said, we're not getting enough goals. Let me take care of that. It's inevitable. Chief's going to find the back of the net and get on the scoreboard for his team. BlueCrew take maybe not a decisive victory, but they are going to come away with 3 points with a 2-0 win. We'll see if they can come up with another victory, but I feel like if you're Eclipse, you're not feeling too bad about that. And you feel like you can turn it around and maybe get a win in the second match.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel too bad if I'm Eclipse here. 2 goals given up. I would expect a lot more, especially when my keeper leaving the box as often as he is. You know, like I was saying before, BlueCrew scored is like, this is kind of telling of how we're setting the pace on the field on offense. There's plenty of opportunities that I've seen that they could have scored. We could have passed the ball sooner. We could have went top box. But instead we're looking for different things. And I'm not quite sure what the comms are or what the plays are. But we need to start looking at these tapes, looking over, see what we can do, and talking about it as a team.
Yeah, I think pace is the important thing there. They didn't look like they were in a rush. And maybe that's just mental. You're up a man, especially they're up a goal for most of that game. And you don't want to push the pace. You don't want to risk anything. But sometimes when you're playing so soft, that's when the other teams can creep in. So I want to see in this second match, I want to see BlueCrew really push the pressure, because Eclipse defense has looked really good when they're set. So they got to get these counter attack opportunities where they can push the ball downfield, maybe get an advantage. Eclipse has looked really strong on the defensive end. Obviously, you give 2 goals, but honestly, a man down, their defense has looked pretty stellar.
Yeah, they only got one, I think, really caught lacking on the last play there, leaving a man at the top box. But here, we got an easy turnover being a man down. We have a huge wide triangle being down a man. We need to shrink up this triangle more like this in the field versus what we have now, where it's very over across the whole field. Right here we have Anthony free at the top. Unfortunately, it was too far and too much of a leap to go there. Afrido pushing far up. No keeper. No time for keeper. Henry shoots it at Blue Wing. Does he take advantage of the no keeper? And they're being nice, tossing it right back.
Yeah, this is kind of the balancing act that a lot of teams play when they're down a man. Frio's gonna kind of act like this last man back defender situation, and it's gonna be up to BlueCrew if they're going to actually stop it or not. Here's a chance. You gotta rip this ball out quickly if you're BlueCrew. Honestly, if you're putting 4 men back in the box to guard 3, not too sure about that, but a nice rip from Chief. Afrito able to pick that one off, but I want to see BlueCrew. I want to see maybe just keeping one attacker up to punish the keeper.
Yeah, if I'm BlueCrew right now and I'm constantly seeing Afrito move up the field past this half court line, honestly, if I'm Afrito, I'm staying right here at the circle, and I can move whichever direction the ball is going to be coming, and it's not going to get me caught lacking as much versus coming all the way past the half field. But if I'm BlueCrew, we should definitely be calming that. Hey, goalkeeper's out. He's on our half. Let's take advantage of that moment as soon as we get the ball. If I'm the keeper, if I'm Blue Wing, I'm just gonna bang that ball down the field.
Yeah, and if you're a Frito, like we can say it's dangerous all we want, but if they're not going to punish it, he's going to do it all day and just keep the attack going. A nice rip there, just wide. Chief gets the rebound. Frito able to hop right on it, and Frito's been playing pretty well, and he hasn't been caught for pushing up. So until they punish him for it, he's going to do it and just try to prolong this Eclipse attack and just kind of give them, in essence, an extra attacker or just a last man back on defense to punch it back in.
You know, being 0-0 2 minutes in or 3 minutes into the game is kind of shocking if I'm for BlueCrew. You know, we almost had a good drive here for Eclipse. They had 2-man on the left side going to pass, and we just somehow fumbled that. I think that would have been their strongest drive, being an even manning on the field. But now BlueCrew having a chance to come back. They have Kelt top box. Do they see it? No comms for that, I think. Would have been an opportunity for them to score for sure.
Yeah, and when they're just taking too long on this attack, and they're letting the Eclipse defense get set up. I want to see some more aggression from BlueCrew. They feel like they're playing really safe right now. You feel like you just don't want to lose a game when you're up a man. Henry, nice rip, but Blue Wing, just a better play, getting right in front of that, giving zero space, zero angles on that shot. On BlueCrew, we're really slow. I want to push the pace. I want to get aggressive. Antony right here. You have two people in the box. You have four attackers. Get something going. Chief, the header to himself. Henry, nice play to poke it away. Afrito, nice clear as he saw himself dropping that ball. Safe play.
Yeah, I mean, being safe, there's no sense to being safe being down a guy. You know, we might as well just punt that, shoot it across. Maybe something will happen, or just look for the open man. If none of these guys are using their mini maps, they have a big problem that they need to solve. We need to make that mini map a huge priority, so you know where your teammates and you know where the defense is at all times. I think a lot of these players don't have that mini map on.
Yeah, the teamwork is not really been there for BlueCrew. But Kelt tries to get things started in the scoring section and does. BlueCrew finally breaks through that Eclipse defense and takes a 1-0 lead.
Every single time we start talking about Eclipse offense, they always do something to shut us up about it. Finally, Kelt bringing it from 0-0 to 1-0, leading the series again. Still, with a minute left on the clock, I would think BlueCrew would at least have 2, maybe 3 goals, trying to push this to what it would be a standard 4-0 elimination. But Eclipse showing defensively, we're not really worried about it.
Yeah, no, the Eclipse defense has really been standing out for me. And their attack's just been lacking, but that's just, it's really hard to attack when you're down a man. So their defense has definitely picked it up. And here's Antony, forces a turnover, keeper's off his line. Blue Wing just able to get back and make that recovery. That could have been dire for BlueCrew.
Yeah, that was a good attempt from Antony. I would have liked him to move that up himself and attempt the one-on-one with the keeper, but I don't even blame him for trying to take that shot and hoping that maybe the keeper will mess up or get caught lacking there. But the Blue Wing does see a Spicy up the field. Chief is free on the switch. Henry baiting that. Now they have Gene all the way up. Can he see him? 3 seconds left. They're going to do the final attack.
Yeah, one last chance of Frito going to get involved. Not holding back anything, but that's a dangerous ball.
Gosh.
Way too many BlueCrew defenders in the area to just get something on that, and that's going to be the game. BlueCrew take a solid 6 points But I don't feel like they're feeling too great about that victory.
If I'm Eclipse right here, if whoever the team captain is, I would be kind of upset that we just wasted our opportunity to score there.
Mhm.
To bang that from across the map for no apparent reason when you have the final chance to move all your players up and have equal footing at least, just to waste it like that, I don't know. That's maybe why we're not the top 6 teams.
Yeah, no, that definitely was a questionable play there. Didn't even give a chance to a Frito to get up, and definitely didn't have numbers in the box. And on the side of Blue Crew, I mean, we can talk about how maybe their attack wasn't as good as it should have been a man up, but at the end of the time, a win's a win. They're going to be feeling decent about 6 points. Maybe not the style of win they may have wanted, but 6 points is 6 points. And Eclipse, tough play when you're a man down. The defense looked good, but when you're down a man, there's only so much you can do. So congrats to Blue Crew getting 6 points. Eclipse, good try. Hopefully get a full roster next time, better showing. But yeah, that we're just doing one match for now, so that's going to be the end for now. We'll turn to Carl for closing thoughts and to close out the stream.
Yeah, I mean, it was good games all in all for both of the teams. I think they definitely have some things to work on. Now, I did take some clips, and you don't have to stick around for this, so I'll talk about this later. But I think Blue Crew, what you guys really need to focus on right now is changing the pace of the game and how we're going to move that ball from the B side all the way up to your offensive side and making some sort of plays happen. We're taking way too long to move that ball across the box. And Eclipse, unfortunately, we don't have the 5th man, so we can't really talk about how much you could be doing differently, but we definitely can talk about the decision makings and what we need to do differently for next time.
No doubt, no doubt. Those are great notes. And yeah, no, appreciate anyone that's watching. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the players for giving us a chance to cast this match. And we'll see you in the next one. Always stay tuned to the Rematch Federation Discord for announcements of when we go live. Appreciate you guys. Have a good night, and we'll see you in the next one. Is able to maintain possession.
Yeah, good night, Erock. Have a good day.
Hey, you too, man. Have a good one.
All right, looking back again over some of these clips, I want to show you guys. Let me pull up my pen real quick. Looking at Blue Crew, we have an opportunity to score here with Kel coming up to the top of the box. This is looking like a really solid play. What Chief should do, instead of crossing and pulling this in, what he should actually be trying to do is pulling both of these defenders this way, leaving this open box for Kelt to move into where he can take a free shot instead of getting deflected by 2 defenders. When you bring both of these defenders into a position where your teammate is going, it's only going to be bad news for everybody. So this might help you in your next possession for your next games. So if you watch the next thing, he brings 2 defenders in. He does get a shot off, but it would have been even cleaner and less of a tight squeeze to get that in. But that was good all-in-all play for Blue Crew. Going into the next clip I have, if we're looking at the defense here on Blue Crew, we are they have a very strong line here, which is great, which means there's no room for the offense to move into. With the offense being down a man, this is exactly how I would want you guys to be played. There's no reason not. But now, for Eclipse, what we need to do is exactly what I just said previously. We need to take a defender and try to bait him out so that we can leave at least 2 and we can get a 2-on-2. But I don't see Eclipse trying that at all. We just kind of bang this ball across the field. We do have Henry crossing in, so Eclipse needs to look for these type of things. And Henry, we should be calming this in your chats that you're going in top box, and Jimbu can shoot this right here to you, and you can get the free goal. This looks like a missed opportunity that could have happened. A little too late, nothing to happen. And if we're Anthony, we should be hanging out over here trying to get the free cross. And I just think some comms or something like that can be called, and that would help you guys in your future games going forward. Even though you're down a guy, I don't think it's any excuse not to be playing 3 up and doing these simple mechanics of the game. And last but not least, the last thing I want to talk about is the last goal here, the scoring drive. Henry, not sure which one he needs to go. Does he go here or do we go here? This is kind of a basic CB knowledge I like to give to people that I coach. Henry, I want you to go over here to Chief, and I want you to block this. And I'm going to trust my keeper to take any shot that Spicy is going to do. I think the keeper can handle a one-on-one as long as I can handle my guy on the right. So if we continue the play, we do bait that, we get it, very nice. But now we're going back to keeper. This is the last thing that we could have done instead. So this is the last play of the game. We have the last attack. We can move up the field here. We can move up the field here, and we can move up the field as Jinbu crosses in. This is going to be very huge for your plays. Instead, what we do is we bang this over here, and it goes, you have to cross 1, 2, 3 defenders, all of them reading this play that's about to happen. So instead, I want Santos to pass this ball up here to where Alfredo's going. It's more likely Chief is going to go push Santos. We give a free pass to Alfredo, which leave Jinbu to cross in and Henry to go to the mid, as Santos is going over here. Instead, we're going to bang this to nobody, and it's game over. Being down a man, we need to take advantage of the 4v5 whenever we have that opportunity to, and I think this is a huge moment wasted that we could have scored on. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for the stream tonight. I appreciate every single person coming in and dropping the follow. I hope you guys stay tuned to the next live where we have more Federation matches to come. Thank you guys and have a good night.